What's up guys, how you all doing? Welcome to another video. So we've got a little tip video for you today. In my previous video about my 10 steps of how to move from amateur photographer to professional, we talked about whether or not you should shoot for free. And that's something that's caused a lot of conversation. We've got a couple of comments about it, a few messages through Instagram and stuff like that. Like, when should you shoot for free? Should you ever shoot for free? Well, you know what? We're going to talk about that today. Before we get into it, do me a favour, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. All the usual YouTube stuff helps me out loads and loads on this channel. Right, let's get into this. Should you ever work for free? Now, I'm conscious this is a controversial topic. Some people would say, oh, it's an outrage. No one should ever work for free. And some people would say, yeah, you really should. Get yourself out there, experience, exposure. Well, I probably land somewhere in between. I definitely think there is a time and a place to work for free, but I also think you have to be very, very careful not to do it too much, and I certainly wouldn't do it for stuff like exposure. So I'm going to give you an idea of when I think it is a good idea or it's okay to work for free, and then I'll give you some examples where I think it's not a good idea or when you shouldn't do it. So let's start with the positives. When is it a good idea? Well, I would say if you're in a situation where you're trying to get in maybe with a new organisation or perhaps a new sports team, it could be a good idea to do an event for free, or like a trial event or a trial game. I've done this before. When I started working with one of the teams that I work for now, they needed somebody to cover an event. They didn't know me at all. I had my foot in the door because I knew someone who knew someone, and they said, hey, would you come along and help with these games? And I said, yeah, well, hey, you know what? I can come along. I'm happy to come along and do a trial shift for you, because I could already sense from them that they were trying to get free coverage. So I kind of positioned at the start, you know what? Fine, I appreciate you're not going to want to commit to me being like your club photographer straight off the bat. So I'll come and do a game for you. I'll do it for free. I'll send you a few photos. And I kind of made clear to them, look, I'll send you a few photos. If I'm doing it for free, I might not be able to give you full coverage, but I'll definitely get you a few photos. So deliberately from the beginning, I'm kind of under promising. I went along, I did the event for free, and I gave them quite a lot of photos. And I deliberately made sure that I gave them all the best photos. The reason I did that is because I knew I was then over-delivering based on what I'd initially suggested. Yeah, no problem. I'll come along for free and I'll get you a few photos. And then I probably gave them about 50 or 60 good photos. And I also made clear at that point, look, I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed the photos. They were really positive. Yeah, we loved the photos. Thanks so much for coming down. I said, yeah, look, no problem. Here's my prices. If you'd like me to come down and shoot all your games, I'd love to. I'll make myself available. There's my different fees for what I'm going to do. Over to you guys. And you know what? They came back. They said, yeah, we'd love to do that. Let's get you involved. And I became the official photographer for that team. So that was a time when there was an opportunity, and I felt like it was a good idea to do a bit of work for free. So let's move into the examples when it's not a good idea. And you know what? The first example rolls straight off the back of what I just said. It could have been easy for me to carry on doing a few more games for free and think, oh, well, I'm going to be nervous. I did that first one for free. If now I suggest that they pay me, they won't want to, and I'm out the door straight away. Well, you know what? That fear and almost that lack of confidence in your own ability is not a good reason to shoot for free. You have to be confident enough to draw the line somewhere and say, at this point, I'm not going to work for free. If you want me to carry on doing that, then I need to be paid to do it. Another great example when I think it's a bad idea to work for free is if you're doing it in return for the phrase that is very commonly used as exposure. Now, this largely doesn't exist, right? Unless you are talking some seriously good exposure. Like, don't get me wrong. If Harry Kane came along to me and said, hey, would you do a few photos for free? I'll put them on my Instagram. I'll tell everyone that you shot the photos, and if anyone wants good photos done, they should come to you. Yeah, you know what? That's different, because he's going to put me out there on a platform that has millions of followers. That would be a sensible suggestion. But I've had people contact me before, quite often actually, probably recently over the last 6 months, 12 months ago, to say, hey, you know what, would you come and take some photos? And I think it was like an Instagram model or something. Would you do it? It would be great. We'll share the photos on the platform. It could be really good exposure for you. And I thought, well, what exposure am I going to get from that? Some photos of an Instagram model and they go on her page and maybe she tags me in them, that's not good exposure for me. And whilst it might sound like an exciting opportunity, for me, that was not a good reason to work for free. So I said, yeah, hey, you know what? If you want me to come do this photo, absolutely can. Here's the fee. That's what it will charge over to you. And you know what? They didn't take me up on it and I left it. That was it. That job never came my way, but I was comfortable enough that that was a good job to turn down. There wasn't a benefit for me for shooting that for free. And there you go, it's a little quick video, a short one, but should you work for free? Should you ever shoot events for free? Well, there you go, I tried to answer it. Hopefully you found that useful. If you did, do me a favour, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, stick around for all the future videos, and in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I will see you on the next video.